Hi there, it's Lou, that yacht girl, and today I'm super excited to be down on the dock here at the 17th Street Yacht Basin in Fort Lauderdale. And I'm here because Nautical Ventures have kindly let me come down and do some walkthroughs of 3 of the new Axopar models. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I have been an Axopar fan for a really long time. I think they're one of the coolest boats in a very cool genre of day boats, sports boats, in that sort of 30 to 60 foot size range that I'm really kind of passionate about. So I am excited to be here today with 3 new models, or 3 models, including the 45 here, which was just recently released and just come to the States. This is a 45 XT, which is kind of a crossover between the Suntop, which has the long open side, well, open sides, but the long hard top, and also it's got the cross windshield that comes from the XC models, the cross cabin models. So I'm liking this a lot because you've got a bit of protection in there, a bit more than just the Suntop version. And of course you could also close it in quite easily as well. But anyway, so we're here, and this is a Brabus edition. So on the Brabus you get things like nice touches like the powder coated metal. There are other decor touches to them, aesthetic items particularly. But one thing that I noticed with the new Axopars, or the new series of them now, and this 45 shows it pretty nicely. You can also see it a lot on the 29, which we'll go down to shortly, is just how flared out the bows are on these now. So the hulls on the Axopars have always been a great performing hull, but I've noticed that the new ones have a slightly more flared out bow, which I guess is going to help push that water away, keep the boat much drier, and improve that aspect of your boating day, keep everyone a little bit drier up on the bow particularly. And so let's dive in and have a look at the Axopar 45 XT. So as we're here on the dock, it can be a little bit tricky to get some of the features of the hull, but I'm going to do my best for you, and I might overlay some other pictures over the video of details that I get to talk about as we're looking at this boat. So this is the Axopar 45 XT. And as I said, the designations on these, there's so many variations with an Axopar, which is something I really love about them. They become quite modular. So the XT means that we've got the XC style windshield, closed in windshield, combined with the Suntop, which gives you an opening and closing. Let's dive up here and have a look at that. You can see this one, the 45 has twin opening Suntop, so you control whether you're in the shade or out in the sun. And particularly in Florida, great idea. You know, it's often nice to have that sort of thing open in the evenings or late afternoons. So let's start down at the bow area here and just work our way back. I love the really proud anchors on all of the Axopars. That's a feature. So the anchor is well forward of your bow, and it's not likely to catch on the very plumb bows that they have. And as I mentioned before, the real flared out bow there that you can see, that's something that I've just noticed with the newer models here, particularly on this 45, and you'll see it on the 29 as well. So that new design feature with the Axopars is really going to help keep a lot of water away from the boat, keep everyone on the decks much, much drier. Now the 45 is super stylish. This one doesn't have the big rubbing strake on it that was a bit of an Axopar trademark, but the shape of this hull is just gorgeous. The really gentle curve down there. I love the look of that. And of course the black railings are super cool as well. Now here on the side, we haven't got this open yet. We're actually here pretty early, so I'm still beating the cleaning team here, getting the boat ready to show customers today. But these doors fold down and they extend your seating out from this open area here. So I'll try and lay over a picture of that on the video to show you one in action. We're probably a bit early here on the 45 for them, but when they're open, it's not a sea deck, but it is an extended seating area. So what it does is expands this whole seating area all the way out both sides of the boat. So it's a fantastic party boat. You know, you could bring out, God, however many friends you like, however many you can find, which I'm guessing if you owned one of these would be quite a few. We can see also on the roof here, I can put my camera up to have a look. We've got the opening sun tops Also got a couple of rails up there, the racks, so you can store paddle boards and the like up on the roof, or kayaks. And also they have the mast back there, which is also, I believe, folding. So with that, you can also lower that to get under bridges. And you can also see here on the hardtop, the steps. You've got rails there so you can reach up onto the top. We've got grab handles all the way along. You've got your lighting. And then as we step around to the back, you can see the arch, that huge window, which is from the aft cabin, and I can't wait to get in there and have a look. And then we've got the triple 300 Mercuries. So you've got some great extended swim platforms here, and there's a ladder on the opposite side. So there's plenty of room for getting on and off the boat, through the aft of the boat. Here you can see this version has the large aft cabin on it with a large sun pad. Because of that, you do lose some of the aft deck area, but these boats come with a lot of variations. So you can either have rear lounges, you can have open decks, you can have the aft cabins. There's so many variations of them. I'll have links below this video to the manufacturers' pages and also to Nautical Ventures, who obviously are the dealer here in Fort Lauderdale. So there we are, we've got the Bravest Edition. So let's step on in and have a look. So we're going to start up on the bow of the boat here, and to begin with, you can see we've got this huge sun pad area here with the built-in lounger, love that, and a window down into the forward cabin. And we'll hop into that cabin in a minute and have a look at that. You can also see the gull wing doors here, which I'll get open for you in a second. And something interesting I've just noticed up here, on the very bow, obviously we've got your bow lockers. So we've got anchor locker up forward with all the chain, but to access that, you actually lift up this locker first. So that locker lifts up on, oh, there we are on the gas strut. You've got access to your windlass in there. These are the poles for the forward bow lock, for the bow shade. And also, interestingly, you've got your shore power reel in the bow of the boat. And I'd forgotten about that. That's kind of an Axopar thing. So that is where your shore power reel is. And then obviously in there, we've got access into the chain locker. Pop that down. And also, while we're up here, I'll hop up here to show you the roof. So interestingly, we've got a little solar panel just there on the very front, and I guess that's to trickle charge batteries. Most likely, I will ask about that though. And you can see there the twin sun tops, the roof rails for mounting paddle boards or other toys, kayaks, and also the radar arch. Okay, so we're here in the helm of the Axopar 45 XT. This is a Bravest Edition, so you get lots of nice touches with the Bravest Edition. You can see that embossed on the handle there. The seats are superb. They've got the fold-down bolsters, of course. The quilted design of them and the shape of them is super, super comfortable to be in for some high-speed running and for longer trips as well. Super comfortable. So let's have a look at the helm area. Beautifully designed, I think. I love this a lot, and I do love the inverted windshield there on the XTs and the XCs. I love that from a design perspective. I think it looks cool, but it's also just provides a lot of wind protection in here. So when you're running for longer periods of time, on this boat, I think you've got the best of both worlds. So to begin with, we've got the twin Simrad screens, and these are super wide screens. I believe that's the new Simrad version, so it's interesting to see how wide they've gone. And then of course over here you've got your Mercury controls, you've got your joystick control with Skyhook and all the normal features on that. The steering wheel again, Bravest embossed, and lots of controls down the side here. You've got trim controls over here, stereo controls there, so it's just like being in your car and having everything at the fingertips. Love that as well. Keys and radio down below here. You've got a nice little pocket here to put things in as well, flatter books or maps perhaps, and a footrest. but also you've got space in here. So if you want to throw your phone somewhere, you can always throw that into there. And there are, yes, there are some chargers in there. So that's a super neat pocket to throw phones in. Down here, I love the fact that they still have some nice easy touch buttons for all of the different operations as well. So you can actually operate things when you're running and it's bouncy, much easier to still have buttons. So now, oh, there's also some storage underneath my feet here as well. They do really good jobs of maximizing the storage on these boats. So I wouldn't mind having a look down there. I'll see what I find and drop that into the video. But now let's head down into the cabin and see what we see down there. So before I step down into that cabin, I thought I'd have a look in this locker. Curiosity got the better of me. As you can see, it's a really, really deep locker. It's right down into the bilge. So we've got plenty of storage down here and also access to some of your systems. They've obviously got some fenders stored down there. So I'll pop that down. That's on gas struts. And also, I should point out a couple of other little things on this helm. I've noticed over here, of course, all your battery switches are there, so that's super conveniently located. Bit more storage over here, and also some storage built in on the ends here as well. So now let's step on down into the cabin. Okay, so I'm down in the cabin now, obviously, and you can see the steps coming down to the cabin have this clever cutaway style. So as you step down in, it actually makes stepping down into the cabin step by step super easy. They're nice and wide, and the access there I think is fantastic. So that's pretty impressive. We start with lots of storage, and there is some pretty good storage over here. We've got the life jackets in there, and you can also see our breaker panel hiding in behind there. The shelf up the top there for some little extra bits and pieces. Into the head. So the head is actually pretty good. I mean, that's a great size. Standing in it, plenty of headroom. Well, for me, might only be 5'7", but there's plenty of headroom. We've got storage stacked in behind there. There's hinges there, so we've got more storage in there. Neat little basin unit and your shower. So that is really nicely finished off, and a port there for some ventilation. So that is really more than adequate for a weekender, what is still effectively a weekender. Now let's have a look through here. We've got the sofas around here. So you've got a nice layout there with the sofas. I can see that there are storage lockers around behind all of those as well. This is a cupboard in here that goes in really deep. So I'm wondering whether there are options for that, perhaps putting in another fridge if you needed it, but I wouldn't think so on this boat. I've seen the fridges, they're pretty good. Interestingly, behind here, we've got another little sink. So this could be another mini galley unit, or, just an extension of the head. A bit more storage. And then as we come forward, you can see the port there that goes up into that sun lounge area. The effect of the gull wings down here as well. With those open, you're just flooded with natural light down here. It's pretty cool. Now, this sofa area is quite interesting as well. So I'll flip around so that I can show you how that operates. In its normal layout here, you can see we've got the nice sofas around. These cushions flip up and over, so that allows you to use that as a step up out of there. As I said, there's storage in behind those units there. And to access the forward bed, I think they've come up with a really clever solution. We just relocate these cushions and flip that over like that, and that's your bed. So it's a really easy conversion from lounging area during the day to bed at night. So I think it's another clever feature on this Axopar. I really do love the design of these things. I think they've just worked on a lot of really clever little fixes, a lot of which you do see on some of the European boats, but I think the Axopars take it to the next level. While I'm still here, I've just discovered another cool design feature. As I said, with these open, might not be the easiest way to get in and out, but wait, look at this. Et voila, a step. So when you're coming in through the gull wing, you've got that step there. You can flip this cushion up, which gives you that wooden platform there as well. So you've got really easy access in and out of here as well. Love that. So I'm here in the galley area now, which is right behind the helm station. You can see also you've got some neat pockets on the back of the driver and passenger seats there. And I've kept my camera down low because I wanted to show you what's going on down here. So hopefully you can get a look at the whole galley arrangement here. Now to begin with, this is a fixed galley. It's not on tracks, it is fixed. So as you walk through, you've got good area to move around through here. And they've also got this nice little padded piece here. So if you're actually trying to do anything while the boat is underway, you've got something to lean up against. Love that. You've got a little 2-burner cooktop here. Under these 2 tiles, you've got what is a really big sink actually as well. So that's a good sized sink there. And you can turn that straight back to prep. And of course, with the flat glass cooktop, you've got good bench top there as well. So it's quite a functional area. You've got 2 fridges down here. Drawer fridges they are, I think. Yes, they are. And underneath the helm station, you've got 2 big drawers as well. So I love that for extra storage. You could keep, you know, glassware and what have you in those really easily, and it gives you a lot of extra storage. So let's do a bit of a walkthrough of this rear seating area here as well. There's the galley we just looked at, and underneath these cushions on the side, we've got extra fridges there. So there's an extra little fridge there. So I think this boat comes really well equipped with all that extra fridge space. You've got these fold out side decks here. Back here, you've got great seating. This is super wide, so you could easily seat 4, 5 people across that without any problems, maybe even more. It's a great party area, and obviously you've got your table, which is adjustable here, up and down, so you can make this one big sun pad area. You see we've got the cushions there already for it. And then as we walk down the back here, you can see the whole sun pad area here. Now the center cushions there, I think, are actually covering up a skylight that goes into that aft cabin. So you've got that option of either having this functional as a sun pad or getting more light into that aft cabin. So on the sides down here on the aft deck of the boat as well, you've got some great locker area down here with fenders. In this particular case, it's actually a great spot, I think, for fender storage. We've got the deck shower, your flagpole, dive ladder, of course. They've got these neat little doors that I like. So there's just a bit of extra security there as far as coming and going when the boat is underway, instead of doing a normal stainless steel gate. We've got the crossover bar here across the triple Mercuries. You've got triple Mercury 300 Verados, and I'll drop some facts and figures into the details under this video. And a hook there for water sports. And over this side, we've got another little galley area. So this is really your grilling area over here. You've got the grill, another sink, and a drop-through fridge. So there is no shortage of fridge space on this boat. And there's also a bit more storage going on under there as well. And I just asked what these are here on both sides. I was trying to work out what that was. It's a security feature, so that if the boat is underway and you're back here, you can actually clip on, or you could use it if you were diving perhaps as well and wanted a safety line back to the boat. So let's head on down into the aft cabin of this boat. Now, the aft cabin is one of the many options on these, but I'll talk about that in a minute and discuss the other options and throw some of those over the top of the video. So let's step on down. We've got some beautiful wide stairs going down in here. It's a nice big hatch. And this cabin at the moment, as you can see, it's in kind of daytime format, I guess you would call it. So you've got a really nice sofa area, seating area back in here. You can see those skylights there, a couple of big hatches. So you can either have the cushions on top or have them covered up as they are. That large back window that, you know, obviously if you're at an anchorage, that would be somewhat more scenic, and that has a blind installed on it as well. So you can put that up for nighttime sleeping. Now this obviously all converts to be a huge bed as well, and it seems the optimal way to sleep would be across that, which is plenty wide enough. You've got a good 6+ feet there. Let's have a look at what else we can find. So this cupboard is kind of interesting. Some people have said you could make this a small toilet. You can install a small toilet in there and it would be cozy. I personally think, I mean, your other bathroom is really just a few steps forward in the main cabin. I don't think I'd add that, but look at that amazing storage space there. I think that's a huge, fantastic area just left as storage as it is. I just saw this little latch on what looked like a locker here, and I thought, okay, what's in there? Is that storage? What is that? But we can see that is access down there to some of the mechanical spaces. You've got an inverter down there, I can see, and the battery switch. Off to the side of the stairs, we've also got a couple of extra lockers in here. That's a great size locker in there as well. Plenty of sockets for charging, 12-volt sockets there, USBs there for charging. And I'm going to show you how this converts to the bed space. Okay, so we're doing a take 2 on how to pull out the bed. I had to have a bit of a fiddle with it to get the hang of it, but it is pretty simple. So excuse my back for a second, here we go. You just simply pull this out and it comes out to there. Put a filler cushion in there and we've got that off to the side right here. And this creates a really nice big bed area for you. Now, the one thing I will warn you about, operator error to begin with. When we're pushing this bed back in, keep your fingers out of the way. I just caught them when I did that the first time. But I really like this area. As I said, there's lots of options on the aft deck of an Axopar with any of these boats. You can choose to option everything from what is now the 29 up to the 45 with a range of features across the aft deck. And for me, I don't know that I would choose this cabin on the 45. I think as a weekender, you're probably going to be out here mostly just with one couple. And with your forward cabin, you've got great accommodation up there. You've got that great galley area, amidships there behind the helm station, so you can, you know, do some light food prep and make drinks and serve snacks. And I think for me, I might choose one that has an open aft deck area so that I can carry more water toys and have easier access to the water and enjoy everything about the Florida lifestyle. So I'd probably choose an aft deck layout that would have a sofa on it, the rear facing sofa. But there's endless options with them. And that's part of the reason I love an Axopar. You can really tailor it to suit how you're going to use the boat, and that's a beautiful thing. But this is a great area. I love it. I've always been a fan of this aft cabin on the 28, just because on that boat it is a smaller boat. The aft cabin actually provides your main bedding area. So anyway, let's head on back up to the deck. Finally, I thought I would just have a look at how this aft cabin hatch closes. They have it on electric actuators. As you can see, the motors are just there. And we've got a neat little button right here to bring that down. There's also a button on the inside of the cabin as well, so you can raise it and lower it from the inside. And there we go, we're back to being a massive seating area back here. So I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough of the Axopar 45 XT. The variations on this, as I said, are many. You've got a 45 Suntop, you've got the XT, which is a crossover between the XC with the cabin, enclosed cabin, and the Suntop. I think this might be my new personal favorite. And then also the Suntop, did I mention that? So anyway, you've got lots of variations here. And there's no way in my quick walkthrough today have I been able to show you or even find every feature of this boat. There's just so much going on. And the fact that everything here has a purpose, I love. Love the design of it. I love the way they've built such practicality into the boat. And as I say, form and function with Axopar are hand in hand. You know, you wouldn't have one without the other. So I hope you've enjoyed this tour. This is the first boat that I've toured on the Nautical Ventures Open Day here with their 3 Axopar models. So I'm pretty excited. I am now going to step on over to either 37 or the new 29, and that'll be pretty fun too. So check out for those videos on my channel sometime soon.